everybody. We are live at 5. I'm Paul Wontorek.
And I'm Ryan Lee Gilbert. Thank you for joining us. We have a wonderful, wonderful guest for you
this man
evening.
is on phone booths and trash cans all around New York City.
He is.
Jonno Davies, star of Clockwork Orange.
Very
which
exciting.
everyone's talking about. It's supposed to be really exciting,
it's
phenomenal.
It's a hot ticket right now.
Yeah. But we'll get to him because we have some news, and some of it is involving one of my favorite actors ever, LaChanze.
Yes, yes.
What's happening with LaChanze?
So LaChanze, along with Ariana DeBose, The Bullet, and Storm Lever, if I'm not pronouncing that right, sorry, but Storm Lever, they are going to lead Summer, the Donna Summer musical, which we've been hearing about for a while.
Who's Donna Summer?
Donna Summer, she is the queen of disco. That is Donna Summer. Hot Stuff. You know, we all know that. The three actresses will be playing different versions, or at different moments in Donna Summer's life. So the Queen of Disco, Diva Donna is LaChanze, and then Disco Donna is Ariana, and then Duckling Donna is Storm Lever. So yeah, Duckling Donna.
Duckling
yeah.
Donna. Duckling
so
Donna. It's a thing. It's a thing. Get into that hashtag, Duckling Donna.
World premiere musical playing San Diego's La Jolla Playhouse, starting November 7th through the December 17th. And crazy talent behind the scenes too. Coleman Domingo wrote the book to this, along
Amazing
with Robert.
actor,
who I watched on Fear the Walking Dead as well, along with Robert Cray and Des McAnuff, and then choreography by Sergio Trujillo. More than 20 Donna Summer songs. So Donna Summer.
It's one of many new musicals coming about like music icons. So we
we have all of these. Right, the Cher's working on. People are working on the Alanis Morissette musical.
There's a lot coming.
So
another one, and actually Sergio Trujillo is a very busy man out in California because the Temptations musical, Ain't Too Proud, as in Tibet.
I always want to say the rest.
It's extended. It's a hit at Berkeley Rep. And so there's a lot of buzz, like maybe Broadway's next. I hear it's phenomenal. It's extended through November 5th. It was originally set to only play through October 8th. This is a big extension.
That's a big extension.
Des McAnuff and Sergio Trujillo are working on this together. And it's the same team as the Donna Summer music. They're literally just going to go from one theater to the other. Derek Baskin is in it, who I'm loving right now in Difficult People.
Yes, he's
do you watch
so good.
People?
I do. Yeah, of course. It's amazing.
Difficult People. Of course, you know him from Memphis and other things. Ephraim Sykes, Jeremy Pope, Jarvis B. Manning Jr., James Harkness, Jared Joseph. I can't listen to the whole cast.
Many
but anyway,
fantastic.
A super talented cast, and I kind of want to go see it. I think we should go to California.
I want there to be a point where you have a Bronx Tale, Donna Summer musical, and Ain't Too Proud, just all playing. You know,
Ryan, if we go on November 5th to California, we can see the final performance of Ain't Too Proud,
and then hang out
2 days later, we can see the first
them.
preview of Summer.
We've just planned by November. Does anyone remember Whose Holiday? So Matthew Lombardo wrote this parody of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It was supposed to be at New World Stage's last holiday season, and then Dr. Seuss's Enterprises sued.
Killed it.
Yeah, killed it. Said that they didn't like it. They didn't like the tone. They didn't like how it was poking fun. So they sued. Michael Lombardo countersued, and he won.
Yay.
So, yeah, I mean, yay for suing artists who sue. And then it basically...
Because it's parody.
Yeah, it's a parody.
There's a parody
That's what the
law.
court decided.
There's a parody law. You can make fun of
funny,
things.
Exactly. Follows a middle-aged Cindy Lou Who, as she prepares for her Christmas Eve party in her trailer at Mount Crumpet.
I wonder if she has a drinking problem.
It's like, living in Whoville.
Men, like wonder what the men are like in her life.
Yeah, I mean, she's
so
had
wait, is the show going to happen now?
So we don't know yet. I mean, that was supposed to be at New World Stages. Now it's so hopefully now that all that's been cleared, we'll get to finally see it.
I'm into it.
I love it. I love How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Why don't we throw Cindy Lou Who into all the Clockwork Orange guys? Can she combine those shows?
Yeah, absolutely.
New World Stages,
yeah,
Cindy Lou Who.
Go and rep.
Druids, I'm into it.
That'd be great.
Laura Osnes, you know her, right? Laura Osnes, we all love her. Robert Cuccioli, Josh Young, Alan H. Green of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They are on a new album called Angels. It's a new musical. The album comes out October 25th. I don't know what it's about. What's it about? The good versus evil tale of an ancient war between Lucifer's fallen minions and angels.
Yeah, the classic biblical tale.
This is not a light.
No.
This is heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, check out the album.
Yeah, and then maybe, we'll see where it goes. Younger. Lots of Younger fans out there. Absolutely. They finished their 4th season recently, and it was the highest rated, most watched in TV land history.
You're burying
people.
the lead. Why do we like Younger?
Well, Sutton Foster is the star of Younger, of course. 1.3 million people, total viewers for its 4th season, and it's already been renewed for a 5th. So lots of more Younger your way, but way to make Younger a huge hit.
That's amazing because, you know, well, Sutton Foster did Bunheads.
Right, but that, I mean, that was canceled after a
season. This has really been like a word of mouth show.
Yeah. Oh,
you know
yeah, absolutely.
Like,
it's become a bigger and bigger and bigger hit. It renewed it for its last 2 seasons, like right off the bat. Yeah. So huge hit for it. And there's some fun stuff on the site that you can check out right now. Torch Song, which begins previews on the 26th at Off-Broadway Second Stage and opens on October 19th. We have a gallery of the stars: Michael Urie, Mercedes Ruehl, Jack DeFalco, of course Harvey, are all in that gallery, so check that out. Dancing with the Stars is Jordan Fisher, who you might remember from Hamilton or Grease Live, or on the Moana soundtrack. He went and saw The Play That Goes Wrong with his dance partner, Lindsay Arnold, and we have a photo of that. And finally, there's a music video for the Sound of Music tour, the star, Jill Christine Wiley, singing The Sound of Music.
She sang it on the very spot that you are speaking right now.
Right here in this room is where it happened. So make sure you check that out. But that's it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with Jonno Davies.
There was me, that is Alex, and my 3 droogs, that is Pete, Georgie, and Dim. And we sat in the Korova milk bar trying to make up our razoo docs what to do with the evening. The Korova milk bar sold Milk Plus, which is what we were drinking. This would sharpen you up and make you ready for a bit of the old ultra-violence.
Baking a pie is easy, if you know how.
I'm still standing.
If only life were as easy as pie. Waitress is a hit, raves the New York Times, with songs by Grammy-nominated artist Sarah Bareilles, an uplifting celebration of love and laughter. Sugar, butter, flour.
Hey everybody, we are back on Live at 5, and I am joined with Jonno Davies, who is making a splash off Broadway right now as the star of A Clockwork Orange. We just saw some footage from a photo shoot, actually, that Caitlin McNaney did with you and some of your co-stars. Was that fun?
A lot of fun, yeah. First time at Vandal, very cool place.
That's a very cool place. Actually, here's a photo from it. And I'm really, this photo might end up on my wall. I like this photo.
Okay, yeah, it's very like album cover.
It's like an album cover. I feel like you guys were shooting your album cover.
Debut single, out now, Droogs, download it now.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange. So this is a show and a role, Alex DeLarge, right, that you've been living with for like 3 years?
Yeah, just over 3 years. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So this is a lot to live with, actually, it sounds like.
He's a burden. His mind is it's volatile, so it can be quite an emotional ride when you're getting into character and that sort of stuff. But I've had a lot of fun playing with him over the years, you know, and changing the performance depending on where we go, because we've gone internationally. You know,
you played some like enormous theaters and small theaters.
Yeah. So first time was in Norway, you know, a few hundred seaters, and then we went to Singapore, which had like 2,000 people.
Wow.
So you know, the show has to totally change when you're changing the dynamics like that. And then 5 weeks in London. And then now we're here. So even though it's been 3 years, in terms of performance weeks for me, really, really short.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So this is an iconic movie. I know the movie. I never read the novel, but I do know the movie. Stanley Kubrick movie. Yeah. Very. I mean, I remember being like terrified when I saw it as a kid. I was probably exposed to it too young. It's like one of those movies you're not supposed to watch, but I did watch.
Yeah.
How much did you know of it when you dug into it, and what was it like sort of getting into this?
So when I got the audition, I hadn't read the book, I hadn't seen the film. It was just one of those titles that you knew was kind of controversial. So I purposefully didn't watch the film because I thought, you know what, this guy's, Malcolm McDowell's performance is so famous that I don't want to be a copycat version of that on stage. I want to have my own input. Right. And so I read the book, front to back quite a few times, kind of got lost in the language because it's hard. The first 20 pages, you know, because this made-up language, Nadsat.
Right.
The first 20 pages are like, what the what's going on here? Yeah.
Yeah.
But as the story goes on, you start to feel familiar with it, and yeah, then a kind of couple of years into doing the role, I decided to watch the film because I thought my foundation's there now, and it's beautifully dated. You know, it does feel dated, but in a gorgeous way.
Yeah.
The color, and you know, it is a masterpiece. I think some people arrive to our show expecting us all in white with cod pieces and singing.
The visuals are very iconic.
Exactly, doing Singing in the Rain, but we throw it up and we do our interpretation just like Stanley Kubrick did, and ours is closer to the novel. Yeah.
So talk about your director. I know you've worked with her actually. Isn't this something?
Hey, that is a thing. It is a thing.
So that's you as Dracula, right?
It is, yes.
And who is this lovely lady?
That is my gorgeous girlfriend, Miss Rachel Bright, who was arrived in New York yesterday.
Yeah, she's in the room. She's in the room, guys. She is gorgeous. And I guess this is a good way to like meet someone, like a showman. It's a showmance.
That was a showmance.
We call it showmance.
Yeah. I mean, throw someone like that in a corset, and I was sold there and then. Damn. And so the black hair, as you can see, and that was a kind of rock opera steampunk jukebox from like Britney Spears to Mumford and Sons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, cool.
Add that in with blood and fangs and an awesome sets, totally different to Clockwork. Clockwork's really bare, you know, whereas this had, you know, scaffolding and kind of cogs and gears on the instruments and stuff.
Yeah.
But
same director.
Same director. And what she did very similarly.
What's her name?
Alexandra Spencer Jones.
And
she is the most intelligent person I know in the world.
Are you her muse?
Something like that.
She kind of speaks like that.
Yeah. She has helped me mature as a man, if I'm totally honest, through this show, and kind of my perception on what it means to be a man, and that's through Alex DeLarge as well. But what was very similar to Dracula as with Clockwork is that she starts with the music. She starts with kind of the transitions and not just having, we move the table from stage left to stage right in an artly fashion. The story comes in the transitions. So our script is about 18 pages long, but it's an hour and a half show. Wow. So much storytelling is told in the body, which I love. I've always loved movement, by no means a professional dancer, but I used to love dancing along to Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake in my bedroom, that sort of thing. And so movement is something I enjoy, and often what I go to first when I kind of introduce myself to a new character that I'm playing is the body, because I think that's how we express ourselves in life a lot more than text. Yeah.
So what about? So you've done the show with other bands of boys, right? So this time you came over alone, and you were sort of like you were the import,
yes,
and then you had to get a whole new group of guys, a new gang.
Indeed.
So what was that like? What was the process like? And tell me, what's it like getting them sort of up to what you obviously were coming into it sort of knowing it all. So what was that whole process like?
It was, I mean, I joined, as you said, 3 years ago, but some of the boys I was doing it with London had been doing it for 7 years.
Wow.
So they were part of the fabric of the show.
Okay.
And so for me, it was bringing that care and attention to detail that those boys naturally had, because they've had it from the ground, into our newer American Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And it comes from, you know, everyone's talking about how we work out.
Yes, let's talk about the workout.
But that is genuinely part of our ensemble. There's so much physicality and violence on stage that there has to be a structure and an order to the chaos. And so making sure we are properly, not just stretched, but ready for aggression, ready for adrenaline, is really important. And it unites us all. So we're all in that same kind of...
But what actually happens?
Do
you actually work out with the cast every day?
Yeah, it's different now that we're in performance mode, because obviously you need to have some form of self-preservation. But when we were doing rehearsals, it was 45 minutes every morning, kind of circuits, because it's a hell of a show physically. It's 90 minutes long, and you know there's no interval, and because the story is told in the body, we have to smash out those push-ups and those squat jumps, and on a character basis, we do it all body weight movements, all functional stuff, because Alex DeLarge doesn't care about how many abs he's got or how big his biceps are. It's about how agile he is to defeat his opponent, you know, how quickly he can draw his knife faster than the other guy. Yeah. So there is a concept to it as well.
But how much does Jonno Davies care about how many abs he has? Maybe we can ask your girlfriend.
Well, so the silence says way too much. But no, for me, I have cheat days on Tuesdays.
Oh, what does that involve?
That involves all of the carbs, the
Like
burgers,
what?
the
What'd you have
pizza.
yesterday?
Yesterday, I was smashing out some Mexicans, some burritos,
Okay.
that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Gotham Market, hitting some ice cream
Okay.
there. Lovely, lovely.
I live
Yeah.
right near there. I know that ice cream well. That ice cream's dangerous.
I live for Tuesdays at the moment.
Yeah.
I love the show, don't get me wrong, but I really love food. I really love food. Yeah.
I'll see you on Tuesday for an ice cream.
Sounds good.
So I'm seeing the show tonight, so I'm very excited. I've been waiting to see it. How should one prepare themselves for walking into this experience? It sounds like a real sort of one-of-a-kind theatrical thing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't think I've been asked that before. I would go in with...
I did cardio today, by the way, so I did that.
Right, okay.
I did that.
Good, good. I mean, for me, I would come with an open mind of what it means to be good and allow yourself to question, actually. There's some things that we believe we just know are fact, like violence is bad. You know, that's how we are conditioned, and of course it is. But is there a few times when actually it's a good thing? Things just sort of questions of morality, which I think are really interesting when you watch the show. Because if something has a reason, you can start to see why people believe that way. And so I guess it's about empathy. Really try and kind of explore the empathy of the show. And you might find yourself starting to nod your head and tapping your foot to an old woman being beaten to death. Maybe. And if you are, then that's my job done, and I'm more than happy, because you might see the hero in this bad boy.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, sounds fascinating. I can't wait. Somebody just said, which theater is this broadcast coming from? It's coming from the Broadway.com offices.
The Palace.
We're not in a theater, it just looks like we're in a theater. Okay, Jocelyn said, this production is amazing. The minimalist staging, the costume with splashes of orange, the soundtrack, and I must say the young men in the cast, they are a horror show. That's a compliment.
That's a
correct?
good thing. That's a good
That's
thing.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
And they talk about the movement a lot. Yeah, people do, I think, ask you a lot about your dance background, like you said, right? That does come up often.
That's the thing. I mean, previously, back in the UK, we've had more ballet-inspired movers.
Okay.
That's where that's been their kind of main background. But when we came to the US, it wasn't a thing. There weren't many ballet dancers that we saw. And actually, the storytelling of the actors that we chosen just shone through in the auditions.
Right.
And they were all physically capable. You know, we did a heavy dance call on the callback day. But it was really down to how they used the language. Because, you know, the nadsat that we do on stage mixed in with a UK accent that isn't very well known over here. You know, it's not Downton Abbey's RP.
Right.
It's,
Right.
you know, rural Salford in northern England, where it's always cold and rainy.
Yeah.
And so storytelling through language was really important for us. So we gave them Shakespeare monologues to do and to see how they do with that, and they were all fantastic. And that's why they're Clockwork boys now.
Are you enjoying New York City? Have you lived here before?
No, so when I came for casting, that was my first time. And I remember, you know, getting in the yellow cab and like doing all the touristy things and seeing cronuts and things like that. And you know, it's in heaven straight away. But I love it. There's a real buzz to the city. I assumed it was going to be very similar to London, you know, but there's much more of an identity to New York and a sense of the future. I think there's a sense of success. Which is really intoxicating, and I think that's why theatre is so beautifully celebrated in New York, and that's what I really love about it, and it's really put on a pedestal.
Elliot wants to know, how did you start getting interested in wanting to act? When did that happen for you?
It was something that I always did as a kid, doing productions of Bugsy Malone and Grease and things like that. You know, yeah.
Playing which role? Give me some roles.
Bugsy.
Oh, of course, the lead.
Obviously.
So you do sing.
I do sing.
Can we dreamcast you in musicals, or should we be sticking to dramas? What do we do?
You can start. I mean, there's been talks about a Power Rangers musical.
Oh.
And if they're looking for a Red Ranger, I'm up for it.
Okay.
I'm up for it.
Okay.
I'm thinking
That's
zip
the
wire
dream role.
entrance and stuff like that. Yeah.
And who'd you play in Grease?
I was Dennis Zuko in Grease.
Oh, always
Yeah,
the leading man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I dyed my hair black for that as well. Very transformational actor back in the day. Yeah. The main thing, I went to an all-boys school, so drama plays was the time when you got to like see the girls. So it was a big winning factor for me as a kid. But I always thought it was a passion, and it was just something I did for fun. Then, as I got a bit older, I started going to the theatre more. I watched an incredible production of Waiting for Godot with Serena McKellen, Sir Patrick Stewart, Simon Callow, like kind of leaders amongst men in the acting world. And the storytelling in that and kind of the realism in the bizarre for me was, oh, okay, actually, these weird thoughts I get sometimes have a place. And some beautiful teachers of mine at school told me, you know, you don't want to go to university, you want to become an actor. And it was that kind of kick up the bum that really inspired me to pursue it and go to drama school. And thankfully, my parents came on board. They didn't straight away.
Okay.
They were like, you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Right. And why did they turn around? Did they see you perform or something?
Yeah, they came to a particular show. Again,
Bugsy
another
Malone?
school.
Not Bugsy Malone.
Not
Later,
Bugsy Malone.
later.
That wasn't quite like the
Okay.
pinnacle. This was Tevier in Fiddler on the Roof.
Starring
Jonno Davies as Tevier. Kind of,
Tevier.
Tolstoy, eat your heart out. And like, I'm talking fat suit,
Fat suit?
beard, like fake beard.
Are there photos of this?
There are
somewhere?
photos. I ain't going to show you where
Is
those
Mom
photos
gonna
are.
email me one?
Yeah. Don't, Mum, please, because she probably will.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So they saw your Tevye and they said, this kid's got it.
yeah.
Who needs a doctor?
I think it was the If I Were a Rich Man that got him. That got him.
Do you want to give us any of that?
And that's all you're getting. That is all you're getting. I can't believe I even gave you that much. That was 2 counts too many. Goodbye, the Red Ranger in Power Rangers the musical. It's gone. It's gone. But yeah, and then they're on board.
Amazing.
And they're coming. They're flying over tomorrow. To be
Awesome!
here.
Because you had opening Monday night.
Yes.
Are there any onstage mishaps? People love to hear about actors screwing up at a Clockwork Orange, either in New York or in London. Anything going wrong over there?
So the first show I ever did was in Norway, and we had 2 weeks rehearsal, so we had no time to do like a dress run or anything like that. And so literally the first show was the first day that we were wearing the braces, suspenders. Got to get the lingo right.
Sorry, suspenders, everyone, yeah.
And the tank tops, we call them vests, and etc. And it was the first
Thank you
time.
for adjusting
Yeah, you know,
for our audience. Thank you.
You know, transcending. And there's a part in the show where Alex gets to have breakfast, and this breakfast consists of eggs, toast, and milk, and he really enjoys his breakfast.
Okay.
So he gets a bit overexcited, and he smashes his egg to open up and eat it. Now, usually it's hard boiled, but they decided no. Let's have the egg soft-boiled for Jonno's first show. So I come in with real kind of novice excitement, bang, and the yolk goes everywhere, all across my face, my body, and so then I'm acting for 45, 50 minutes, stinking of egg. And then they bring on milk, which is fine, you know, we're used to it, it's Clockwork Orange. They didn't tell me it was goat's milk though, which I don't know if you've ever had goat's milk, but that's sour to the taste. And I down it at one point, and that was 10 seconds of hell, of dairy hell for me. But yeah, many mishaps like that.
Wow.
Thankfully, nothing kind of catastrophic,
But is it, so you've been doing it for so long and you've been living it with it for so long, but does every production feel, and obviously it sounds like this production has sort of changed a lot, talking about the dance and things like that. So is it still always alive for you, and is it still always interesting, and you still love this guy? And
absolutely.
Getting in his head?
Because I think the story's so relevant. You know,
Yeah.
he wrote it in '62, it was huge. The film came out in the early '70s,
Yeah.
it was massive. And now you look at kind of the political climate that we're in terms of world leaders, in terms of the riots that are occurring at the moment, and you know, some of the writing in one of the characters, Brodsky's speech, it's like he could have written that, he really could have written that yesterday. And I think a voice for our younger generation is really important, and I think that's something that our show does, and helps teach rebellion and anarchy, and I think, as I said, having a voice. I think that's why I love coming back to it, because something that happens in the news every day that you can relate to a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
And so every time we revisit it, myself and the director will go, right, what have we got in our memory at this point? What's changed that makes it even more relevant?
Do you know someone named Ian Davies?
Oh, Ian.
Jonno's dad in the UK here. He's loving the interview. He's flying out tomorrow. Ian, you can bring that photo of Tevye with you. Pack that in your suitcase. Pack that in your suitcase. Can't wait to see you. I'm just going to embarrass you for a second. Nicole said you're dreamy. Lisa said she loves this articulate young man. And Wes said, what a talented hunk. They all agree. They all like you.
Thank you.
Any dream roles? Alec wants to know. I mean, besides some Power Ranger.
Yeah, I mean, stuff that's already happened. For me, American Psycho, that role
I love that show,
incredible.
by the way. Well, they should bring it back, though.
Yeah, I mean, what's so great about that, which is why I love Alex as well, is that kind of clash of ugliness and beauty. And you know, when you're playing that conflict all the time of, you know, someone that's got two people in him, or woof, as I would say, that's something meaty to get into.
Any lighthearted comedies? Maybe,
Well,
or just want to stick with like the dark guys?
I love you know, in terms of, I love action stuff as well. So jumping off buildings and, you know, Commando rolling across the Sahara Desert.
So you'd be okay with getting like a big Hollywood action film?
If I have to.
You down with that?
I'm there. Yeah. Some superhero, I don't know, he shoots milk out his fingers or something. We'll keep going. Yeah.
So do you think you want to like stick around New York? What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got to have a conversation with the lady on my left.
Oh, okay.
But we'll get to that. But
she's also an actress, right? Yeah.
She's
Well,
indeed.
obviously.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That face.
I want to see this production.
So
Ian,
do
if
we.
you have any video of that, bring that over too. Just bring it
There's
all.
some
Bring the
video of that, isn't there?
archives.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, for me, I just want to keep a balance of theatre, film, TV. I think you learn from one job and take it to the other. And I think it doesn't matter what medium it's in, as long as the script is great, as long as the character's there and there's a team behind it, then I'm always willing to do work. And hopefully, you know, continue to work with Alex on other shows. You know, I have no doubt after this that she will be someone very hard to get hold of. I think she'll be very busy. So.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a big launch for her too.
Yeah,
It's a big splash. Frank said you'd be great in Cabaret. Jocelyn said you're humble beyond humble at the stage door. Never lose that, Jonno.
Thank you.
I added the dramatic Jonno at the end of that. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Everyone, go see A Clockwork Orange. I'm going tonight, so go tonight. Maybe I'll see you there. It's at New World Stages, which is right. It's on 50. You know where New World Stages is. I hear it's awesome. I'll know for sure. I'll say tomorrow that I loved it. I'm sure I'm going to love it. And it opens Monday night. Are you excited to get to opening?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we've been in previews for 3 weeks now, and it's just now got to the point where the order in the chaos is there.
Yeah, there must be like a rhythm. It's all about the rhythm of this.
Yeah, and a melody to the show, and the boys are starting to bounce off each other.
Bounce off each other?
Yeah,
like
not literally.
Okay.
Well, I suppose literally at some point.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, I hold my hands up. It took me a few weeks to kind of get out of the old rhythms of the show because I was so used to other chaps. Whereas now, you know, we're there and we've got our own new identity.
Yeah.
You know, this is now the New York production of A Clockwork Orange, not a do-over, not you know, a copycat version of what's been done previously.
New chops.
New chaps.
New chops for New York.
Indeed. Yeah.
Thank you for being here, Jonno.
Thank you. Cheers.
Everybody, we'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock with another amazing guest.